Hey y'all, this is part two on the word for today. And like I was saying, the Lord woke me up. I was praying, and then He gave me a couple of words. And the words that He gave me were surprising, but I went to the Word, I went to the Bible in prayer, and the words that He was giving me were delinquent and distracted. And so I went to the Bible and I found in Matthew 24 that he's talking about his coming, and he's talking about our attitude and our posture when he's coming very near, and that we should be waiting with expectancy and we should be watching for him to return. Like a good servant, we should be behaving in a manner that would be pleasing when the master returns. So, for instance, in this case, it would be something like your corporate CEO, your regional director or regional manager is coming to the office, and what is going to be your attitude when he arrives? What are your preparations going to be when he comes? What are you going to tell your staff when he shows up, or that he is coming and he's going to show up? Things People tend to change their behavior when they know to expect someone. Aunt Sadie, when she's coming into town, and you know that she's Aunt Sadie, and you know that's the way she is. So we have things to do. We have things to prepare for. We have things to get in order. You know, the family's coming for vacation, or the family's coming for graduation, or the wedding. You know, what are we going to do in preparation for their arrival? Are we just going to sit back on the couch, flipping through Facebook, and just go, oh, you know, they'll show up when they show up? Or are we going to take some time and some planning and preparation and say, hey, you know what? I got things to do. I have to get ready. I need to prepare. And so back in the verses in Matthew 24, we started out looking in up here in verse 36 that no one knows the day or the hour. But at the same time, we know from that verse that we're supposed to be prepared for that day and that hour. And then down here in verse 42, he says to be on alert. And so in verse 42, he's talking about when the thief comes to the house. I've always been taught that this was the devil, that the devil doesn't know when Jesus is coming. And so if the devil only knew when Jesus was coming, he'd be ready. The devil knows when Jesus is coming. He has access to the spiritual realm. He knows better than we do what time it is right now. And he knows that his time is coming up to shine. But that's not what this is saying. This is a warning to the people of the house. If you only knew that someone was coming to destroy your things, if you only knew that someone was coming to ruin your house, to ruin your possessions, to ruin your family, you'd kind of be like a little, hey, that ain't going to happen in my house. You know what? I got a shotgun under the bed. I'm going to go sit up by the door. I'm going to be waiting. I'm going to be watching. You're not going to get away with this. That's what this is saying. This is telling someone, you know, your time is short and you need to be ready because there's certain destruction going to take place. Are you ready for it? Do you know what's coming? So I want to remind you all that Jesus is coming soon, and that he wants us to have a ready posture, and he wants us to trust him. Do you trust him, and do you love him today? God willing, you do.